Hey, what is going on, guys? This is Dark Shadows Reviews on Gemmy Master Animatronics, and today what I have to review for you is a very special piece. Now, I know I say this about quite a number of items in my collection, but this is really one of the holy grails of spirit props, especially the latex items. This guy came out around 2006 to 2008. I'm not sure exactly which year he was introduced, but I know that I bought mine in 2008. I purchased mine as leftover stock, and I believe he came out with Spasm, so it had to have been '06. We had him for a very long time, probably up until I want to say 2012 is when we stopped using him outside, and then since then we had his head up until 2016 because I ended up cutting his head off just to keep a piece of him. He rotted away really, really badly. It was because my father had used him used him outside pretty much the whole month of October. So he was deteriorating, and he had gotten very hard, brittle, started rotting, and the rest of him is just history at that point. He didn't exist anymore, and in 2016 I had thrown the head away. I had actually had it on my my talking butler with the moving mouth, the burgundy butler. I had it on his platter, and then eventually it just got so bad that it wasn't even recognizable anymore, so I had thrown the head away. I had gotten this from my friend Joseph Barbosa for a very good price. I paid $200 for him, and he's pretty much mint. He has he had a spot on the hand that was torn. It wasn't rotted; it was just torn. So I kind of patched it. I did a half-ass job for right now. I am gonna go back and fix it properly. I just did a small temporary patch, so it didn't look too bad for displaying it. But probably in the next couple weeks to a month, I'm gonna have it fully fixed up and hopefully looking good as new. I've never worked with latex before, but I am going to do my best. Now, I have all the stuff to fix it. I just need to find the time and I guess the courage to do it, since I've never really worked with latex before, so I am a little bit nervous. And at some point, I am going to be cutting his wings off and replacing them with a newer set because these wings are just so thin and they always rot out there. This one has a couple tears in the wings. Again, nothing's hard or brittle. It's all soft material. It's just there's a couple tears in them. So, and I'll point those out when I go up close, and eventually I will actually flip him around and show you his backside. But for detail, he's probably one of the most detailed items that Spirit Halloween has ever sold, and there were a few more uh, just like him that were sold. There was a witch, a green witch. There might have been a couple more larger characters like this. There was a torso holding a cross, uh, and a couple like gargoyle type devils that would go along with him. And this was when Spirit had really good gruesome stuff back in the day, really sinister looking stuff. And now we just get more cutesy, kind of kid friendly stuff, which is another thing that I had mentioned in my chin up video. So to have something like this still exist and in my possession is really cool, especially since it was a childhood item for me. The only difference between the one I have here in front of me and the old one was the fact that mine, even though it had the staff, it didn't have the top piece, which is the pitchfork. All it just had the gray staff. And the cool thing is, the staff is latex. It's a PVC pipe with latex around it, and those don't usually tend to rot out from what I've seen. And if you do lose it, because they are removable, which I found out because I actually have two staffs. When I had first bought this from Joseph, I bought it without any pictures taken, and I told him, I was like, bro, just get me some pictures, get me some pictures. He ended up getting me a photo of it, and it was destroyed. I was like, yeah, no, I'm not taking that one. And then he ended up giving me my good one, so he did right by me. and I really appreciate it. I'm really happy that I got this thing. But I'll go ahead right now and I will go up closer and show you some of the details on him, because they are really just insane, especially with the tail, the wings, the head. The paintwork isn't anything too amazing. It's just a red with a couple of pink and black washes mixed into it. The staff here. And everything on him is all squishy latex. There's nothing, no hard spots or anything. He's perfect, including, his head here. His wings are good. It's starting to get a little bit brittle at the top of the wing, and as you can see, it's starting to split open. But none of the latex inside is black. It's all good, healthy latex. He's soft all the way around everywhere. So that's really good to note. His face is just unreal. But right here is where the tear was, so I just put this extra hand over his hand until I was able to actually fix the problem that's going on. So there's just a couple patch pieces with some hot glue that I will peel back and I will actually fix. But like I said, nothing on him is hard. He's soft all the way around. So he looks good. And the amount of detail and time that they put into him, I mean, his reptilian skin is just unbelievable. The nails on his hands over there, the teeth, the horns are cool. I'm not really a big fan of the way that these are sculpted. Like, I like the shape of them, but I don't like all the tooling in here. I wish it was a little more, gruesome looking. And I wish that the horns were the same color as the, I guess, spines or spikes on the wings here and the spines on the back. So that's my only gripe with the entire piece. This is also removable, and that's why mine was missing, because someone must have taken it or must have fallen out on the floor. And originally, mine just looked like this. So it's nice to actually have one that's complete, not rotted, and will hopefully last me for years to come. His feet are pretty massive, but he's decently sturdy. He does need that staff down in place, because if that isn't in place, he will just topple right over. So give me 1 second, I'll flip him around and I'll show you his back and then the other side of him, and then that's really it for him. He doesn't do anything, he's just a static. Okay guys, so here is his back. This wing is in much better condition than the other one, with this one being soft completely all the way around. This one just has a couple spots right here where it's torn. Right here was just patched with some hot glue, and then right here is starting to get a little bit hard. But I mean, like I said, I'm going to cut those wings out and put new ones on. I found perfect replicas. It's just they're not red, they're gray, so I will have to either go over them or just not even worry about it, because I mean, it's just going to be in the house. He's never going to go outside and be displayed. So these are the spines on his back. He has quite a few of them, and they go all the way down, stopping at the tail in the beginning. He also has them at the back of the feet on each one. And here's his little, I guess, cloth there. It's wrapped around the front as well. You're probably not going to be able to see it that great. He does have a couple seams on him, which are noticeable. So one of them being right here at the mid-back. The tail being right here. I'd say that the tail is probably the best seam on him. And then he has the ones for the wings right here. The one for the neck. The arms, I believe. Yeah, the arms have a seam right there. And then, I think that might be all the seams on him. But, for as far as a latex piece that's complete, he's really good. The thing they really screwed up with him is the fact that inside of him isn't a foam filling. It's more of a bunch of foam just shoved in there to give him his shape. And the metal armature is pretty big. Obviously, since that he is such a large character, he needs a very strong structure inside. So it fills him out, but it also makes him easy to rot, which I've noticed. So I'll go ahead and come over here and just show you the last side of him. Here's a little bit of better paint over here. He's faded a little bit over the years. The chest right there is kind of wrinkled in. It's supposed to be up like that, but over the years he kind of sagged down. Not too bad. A lot of detail on the legs and the feet, the abdomen as well. His chest has some good work on it too. It's just very hard to show with the the way that the arms are positioned. he's definitely really creepy. He used to be a really big showstopper outside back in the day, but like I said, we haven't had one in years, and he will never go back outside just because of the rarity of him. So give me 1 second, I'll bring him back over to the front, and I'll end this video. Okay, guys, so that is the old devil from Spirit, sold around 2006 to 2008. He is probably one of the creepiest pieces that I own, I would say. Very realistic, very gruesome looking, and just a unique piece. We don't really get anything like this, especially not nowadays. I'd say the closest we've had to him in recent years, and it's not even close, is Harbinger of Hell. Something that at least had some pretty like sick and gruesome phrases, but that's really about it. Um, he is definitely of professional quality, I would say, but he was just a typical latex item, especially with it being such thin latex and the way it's filled. They all rotted out, so to even have one, and I'm sure there are some that are in better condition than this one, but to even have one that is in one solid piece like this is almost unheard of. So, yeah, if you guys had him, have him, or want him, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you like, dislike about him, and, yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.